Reflections of Suey Ping, a story of tenacity and survival. Most of the following information comes from Suey's children, Alan, Leighton, Eugene, Jerome, and Emily. Other contributors to family lore include Winnie Leong, Jeff Wong, and Lorraine Folger-Lowe. Special recognition goes to Suey's siblings for their patient answers to Marianne's many questions over the years: Joachim, Harry, George, and Alfred. Some information was obtained from official records stored at NARA, a government agency in San Bruno. Born in San Francisco, California in 1912, Suey was taken to China in 1916 by her mother. Ying-Shi and 6 of her children barely survived the 6-week voyage across the Pacific Ocean. Suey's father, Wang Ho-chun, was an herbalist in San Francisco. Ying-Shi was sent back to China after the 7th child, a boy named Alfred, was born. Harry, at age 6, was sent to Georgia to be raised and trained by their uncle Kam Chen. The other 6 children, Ging-Ching, Yo-King, Choi-Ping, Suey-Ping, George, and baby Alfred, sailed to China with their mother. Eventually, all the siblings except Ging-Ching, who died young while still in China, returned to America. Their travels have a place in family memories, but this show focuses on Suey Ping. When 18-year-old Suey Ping returned unexpectedly to America, her father disapproved. He demanded, "You have to be married, and I have just the man for you. He's a widower named Jack Tong, and he is a merchant in Los Angeles." Soon Jack and Suey Ping established a home in Los Angeles. Their first child, Ho Lun, was born in 1932. The midwife was from England, so she added an English name, Alan, to the birth certificate. Ho Lai was born in 1933. The midwife named him Leighton. In July 1935, Ho Jun joined the family. He was named Eugene. Times were hard, but Suey Ping took good care of her boys. In 1937, Ho Chu, Jerome, was born. Jack was now the proud father of 4 sons. In 1938, Suey Ping gave birth to a little girl, Nayong, or Mayong, named Emily by the midwife. 5 babies in 6 years. The details of what happened next to Suey Ping are unclear, but the result was dramatically apparent. A friend came one day to take Suey somewhere. That somewhere turned out to be a state mental hospital where Suey spent the next 15 years of her life. One can only speculate about the effects that such a lengthy isolation from her children must have had on Suey. While some of the children remember her speaking English before she went to the hospital, she never spoke English again after she was released. For the rest of her life, she also remained extremely suspicious of any medical professional, even if dentist, and refused any further medical or dental treatment. In the absence of her mother, Emily was taken to China by her father's first wife's sister on May the 10th, 1941, and was taken care of by another auntie, the 11th of 14 siblings. Emily was not aware that she had a family in the United States until 1949, when she went with one of the uncles to Hong Kong to update her passport to remain in China. At that time, just before the Cultural Revolution, she could have returned to the United States, but Emily chose to stay in China with the family she knew and to continue her schooling. After Emily finished school, she married Zhou Mian and began teaching at an elementary school. Even through the birth of her 3 sons, Emily remained a teacher until her departure to the United States. After the 1974 visitation of President Nixon, relationship between the United States and China improved greatly. Suey expressed her desire to bring Emily back to America. Emily and Xiaomian decided, for a variety of reasons, to accept the family's offer to make a new life in the United States. In 1980, her family arrived in America, and she bonded with her mother and brothers. With some family assistance, Emily and her family bought a house and established a restaurant business in Fresno. Meanwhile, the boys are getting married and start having children, and the babies keep coming. Grandmother Suey enjoys time with her growing family. She has fun in San Diego, even going to the beach. She has a chance to go to Marianne's mother's family to enjoy the swimming pool there with Jerome and Lee in the pool. She enjoys Chinese New Year with Jerome and Riz, Jean, the family gathers in Fresno. Jean has his 2 children there, Leighton and Alicia. And here is Grandma Suey Ping with Leighton's children, Vivian, Kathy, Lisa, and John. In 1976, Suey Ping visits San Francisco again. Mrs. Wong, Bing Hoi Chi, and Yu King Lo are present. We climb the hills of San Francisco. And visit other people in San Francisco. Here is George and Ying Yao Wan, Yu King, Alfred, and his wife Rose. And Grandma is dancing with Jean at a wedding. And as she stands by her brother's wedding, Suey Ping becomes a great-grandmother. Here she shows baby Leilani a flower. And Emily and Chuck Min with their sons Fai, Chi, and Hong getting ready to move to America and meet Suey Ping. Emily and her family arrive from China. Suey Ping celebrates with a cigarette. Here she poses with Leighton, Jean, and Jerry, and Emily. And then the Leongs are posing. Brother Chi is not in America yet. And here is Suey Ping dancing in a conga line at another family wedding. And at Vivian's wedding, she poses with Marianne's mother outdoors. What could she be thinking after all that dancing? Is she wondering about the future? Gongka used to be her favorite word. When something didn't seem right to her, she simply said Gongka. The new granddaughter Makes Grandma Suey very happy again. Jerry and Riz with daughter Chelsea. Suey's family has become very large. And the family gathers for a wedding reception of Jeff and Janet. Jeff is Chu, and he has arrived from China and gone back and gotten a wife. And here is the beautiful bride, a new bride for grandson Jeff. Suey Ping attends the wedding reception enjoys family happy times. One of those happy times includes the Lotus Garden grand opening, the restaurant of Chuck Min and Emily. And in 1991, the family comes to celebrate Suey Ping's birthday. She's very happy to be surrounded by 4 of her 5 children, Jean, Emily, Jerry, and Blake. And here are Suey's 5 children to celebrate her 95th birthday. Alan has rejoined the family. And Suey Ping here is holding her great-great-granddaughter. 5 generations gather in October 2006. And Suey Ping is laid to rest in January